Welcome back, everyone. I'm JayborinoPlays. We're playing the Antioch Chronicles Remastered. We're heading into Mission 3 now. In the last mission, we actually got to kill a nice big Zerg base, rescued some High Templar. Stand at Jepok. Korun and Narak travel south to the Temple of Jepok, where the Zerg have run rampant. Long ago, Jepok opposed Savorek, the Mad Judicator of Sion. Interesting. I always like it when custom campaigns kind of make up their own lore that otherwise wasn't covered by official Starcraft lore, and you can have little pieces of the puzzle kind of go into place, even if it's not official canon by Blizzard. If Blizzard's never going to release anything about this kind of stuff anyway, who cares? Alrighty, so, you know what? In retrospect, maybe this was something that was in the StarCraft manual, so I can't be sure about that. Maybe this was some sort of official lore, but I don't really remember. Here we go.
I'm afraid I bring bad news. Although your victory has granted our forces a brief reprieve, we still have been unable to determine the source of the psionic tempering field that continues to surround Antioch. And though you are currently our only link to the province, we must, in spite of the risk, turn your attention to a more urgent matter. The Zerg have begun to encroach upon the Temple of Jepok, to the south of Antioch, long an important center of psychic attunement for the Templar caste. Contact with Jepok was lost a mere 2 days ago, but we are assuming the worst. You will take a small contingent south toward the temple. If our forces there are still intact, aid them in whatever manner you deem fit, and push back the invading Zerg. But protect the temple at all costs. If it were to fall, Antioch would soon follow. See to it that it does not.
Aha, the classic Mission 3, defend for set amount of time. Well, I don't know if we're defending for a set amount of time, but we are defending something. Alright, let's up the game speed, because it does default to normal. Here we go. Alrighty, so we've got Korun and Narak again, who are just incredible heroes. Let's just look around here, see what we're up against. I'm just walking along a cliff, so that doesn't really give me an idea at all of what I'm up against. Which way do I want to go first? Those are Zerglings. I want to point out, I think both of my heroes can one-shot Zerglings. No, not quite. So, Narak can't. He's going to have to two-shot them, because he does 30 damage versus small, but Korun, on the other hand, does 40 times 2. He does 80 damage. Are we sure that's not 20 times 2, or is that just is that literally 80 damage against everything? Because that is absurd. I'm not sure if these are just Phoenix clones or not. You know, I think that's 80 damage. I really think it is, because it's 40 and then times 2 attack. I don't know. Maybe if we have an opportunity to see that in action against something. So I want to not have my heroes take silly damage. Let's keep the Dragoons hotkeyed so we can constantly move them behind our Zealots. Yeah, I mean, he almost one-shot that Hydralisk, and Hydralisks have 80 health. So, I don't know why he didn't completely one-shot it, but I mean, he certainly is doing close to 80 damage. That's absurd. Okay, so let's keep going. Is that just what Phoenix in general did in the first? Oh, look out, I don't want you to take hull damage. Let the normal Zealots take the hits, that's fine. Did I lose a Zealot? Did I have 3 before this and now I only have 2? I'm not sure. It looks like here's our friendly base. I thought it was funny, during the last mission I was rambling about Protoss upgrades, and I think I called StarCraft 2 Protoss 2. And I said in Protoss 2, Zealots need the +1 upgrade to 2-shot Zerglings instead of 3-shot.
How can it not? Yes, my young warrior, it is me. I thought, no matter what you thought, the highest path has led us where few others dare go. We come to end your fight with the Zerg. So be it then. As is plain to the untrained eye, we have been surrounded for days. Only recently have the attacks begun to slow, barely allowing us the time to rebuild. Our turrets lost in the last attack. What is worse, we have felt a vague draining of energies, as if some presence was suppressing our psionic link. We still have much left to do, but with your help, we will push back and obliterate these abominations.
Alright, so now we are defending the temple. There's the Temple of Jepok. Oh, okay, so your units are not invulnerable during that cutscene. That seems like something that may need to be fixed. Let's make some cannons here, because this seems like the main area where they're coming, and they might send mutalisks at me. Again, I didn't play the original version of this map, so I really have no idea what to expect, but it seems like this is the only entrance into our base. Let's check over here. Can the Zerg come through here? This looks like an opening. Nope, that's the edge. Okay, well, that's good then. That means that they can only come down that ramp. We do have Nanoth Terradune. Okay, so he's saying we should fortify up here. I will do that eventually. Let's go ahead and let's make another Archon and queue these guys up. I also just want to point out that Nanoth Terradune doesn't have an attack projectile. I mean, he's doing a shit ton of damage. How much does he do? 80. So he does just as much as Khorne. I'm getting them confused. But that's crazy how much damage these heroes do. But yeah, he doesn't have an attack projectile. So I have actually been testing these maps, and that's not to say I know what to expect, because I've just been using cheats. I just start them, use Power Overwhelming, Black Sheep Wall, just to do some testing for the map makers. I'm going to make one more Archon. One High Templar to Storm is enough. And I'm going to make also, like, throw a cannon here and here, just in case. It's always good to just have that kind of stuff. And then I'll move up there and make some more cannons up top. And I put in a ticket saying that Nanoth Terradune doesn't have an attack projectile, and I think the ticket was accepted, but I'm not sure if it was completed for this current version. Again, these maps are in alpha, so there's nothing wrong with pointing this kind of stuff out. Map makers like this kind of feedback. What map makers don't like is like, you know, I really would have just preferred if it would have been this other way. You know, I think you did a real poor job, you know, doing it this current way. That's the stuff that is not good feedback, unless it is just a blatant bug where you say, you know, you didn't do a good job. But what's the point of saying, hey, you did a bad job? That's the worst feedback you could give a map maker. You know, they just want to know, is this broken? Tell me where it is. Tell me the best way to reproduce it. I'll look into fixing it. And that's, I don't know, that's just, if you haven't worked in, like, customer service, not that map making is a customer service, though, I mean, they are providing a, aha! I was correct. They are providing a service to us. Let's get our Archons in there. Move on over there. I will make some more cannons. And again, I'll make some cannons and shield batteries up here eventually, once I can safely afford to leave this area where the Mutalisks attack me alone. I'm going to need a decent amount of Dragoons. It seems like we'll probably be able to make... Can we make... we can make... Theoretically, we can make Reavers, Observers, too, and Templar Archives. So the tech in this campaign really ramps up very fast. So I assume that that's just been reproduced from what it was originally. Khorne's a little scared. He's scaring me a little bit because, again, he wasn't invulnerable during that cutscene, so those Zerglings were doing a lot of damage. Okay, so I will get Singularity Charge. That upgrade is too good to not get. And I'm just going to keep queuing up a lot of probes. We have 2 geysers. That's a lot for StarCraft 1, having 2 geysers, because you get 8 geysers per return, which is huge. So that's surprising. I think what that is that's a subtle notch to say, hey, make High Templar. Which is indeed what I'll do. Let's throw down a storm on these assholes. Oh, Zealots don't. Alright, well, I may have done more harm than good there. Whoops. We're going to need to definitely throw down some shield batteries. I would love... What I'm going to go ahead and do is just make... I can build on the temple stairs. Just want to point that out. Let's go ahead and throw down this pylon. That just goes to show how good of testing I did when I was doing this before with cheats, is I wasn't being that thorough. I was mostly just looking for game-breaking things. Because, again, I'm testing, or I'm showcasing a map that's in alpha, so, you know, I don't want there to be game-breaking bugs while I'm recording, because then it's going to... You know, I'm not going to upload something that's blatantly broken. Just for the sake of the map maker's sanity, they don't want to see that either, I'm sure. So, alright, move on up. I'm going to get a couple shield batteries down here just to help me out, and then... Again, I'm just waiting for a little bit more cash so I can build up here. So I worked in customer service. I worked at a pharmacy when I was in high school, and then also right out of college for about a year, because it was right around the 2010 economic slump, where it was very challenging to find good positions. Not many people were getting entry-level positions anymore. You needed experience, and... Let me tell you, it's just an experience. It's one of those things that if you haven't... It doesn't have to be food service or anything. It just has to be something where you have to deal with people and you are providing them something. Because if, you know, it really... I don't know. It's just an experience. It's like it really dehumanizes you in some aspects. Like, people seem to just not think if you're working as a checkout clerk, you're like not human to your customers. I mean, not every customer. Obviously, there's very, very friendly people out there, right? But they're just people. There are customers out there that seriously just view you as like you are just not a person to them. You are just a thing that's there to give them what they want. And if you can't give them what they want, then they will certainly not treat you like a human and be rude and horrible to you. It's just terrible. That reminds me of a time I remember I was with my friend at Applebee's. I don't know, some shitty family restaurant that you can go to in the suburbs, and I remember our waitress was getting like harassed and heckled by this group of teenagers at the table behind us. And so after they left, you know, we went to her like, oh man, that sucks. I'm really sorry that you have to deal with that. And she's like, oh yeah, that's okay. You know, sometimes you just get bad customers like that. She was like really friendly about it, and we just thought like, oh, we'll be nice about it. And then right after that, there's a table like of a young couple that was on the other side of us, and they like pulled her aside. They're like, we don't think it's very professional that you're talking about customers like that. So can we talk to your manager? And to this day, this was like years ago, and I still feel bad about that. I feel bad that like I was responsible for that girl, that waitress getting reprimanded in some way. But I mean, I don't know. And that the couple that complained was like young people that I feel like should have known better. Like, come on. I don't know. That's, I guess, just trying to empathize with a fellow human being is too much for some people to handle. I guess those people suddenly thought like, oh, well, if she's gossiping about those terrible customers, she might gossip about us. Well, really, all you have to do is not be a terrible customer, and it'll be fine. Okay, wow, our Archons are doing some huge damage. I queued up all of my upgrades, and I've got more than enough. I've got more than enough all sorts of stuff. In retrospect, I should have built a little further back. We'll get some of these shield batteries. Shield batteries are great to block these cannons, because now that decreases the surface area that Zerglings can surround with. I've touted that so much in a lot of my other playthroughs too, is like reducing surface area like that is just really, 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 really helpful. I'm gonna get a crap ton of Dragoons because we need some anti-air. We also have a lot of gas. So what I actually don't have is enough minerals. We have so much gas though, I should focus on just making a lot of Archons. I could make like 20 Archons and just steamroll this map. Alrighty. So we're probably close to being done. I don't think the temple's taken any damage. And for the most part, I'd say we're fine. We can just keep our units back a little bit. Just keep them back here by the shield batteries. High Templar, you just hang out. Again, one High Templar can storm twice, right? And then, let's see. Yeah, we can give him the Khadarian Amulet. That lets him storm 3 times, which is just absurd when you think about it. At full energy, a High Templar can just drop 3 storms on top of each other, and that damage does in fact stack. That is crazy. You can just knock out like 100 supply worth of units with 1 or 2 High Templar if you are fast enough. Now, I am not fast enough because I am not what you would say a crack player at this game. But again, that's just crazy. That's crazy to think about. We can just make a crap ton of High Templar. I will throw down some more pylons. I probably have enough to go and win this mission. The attacks that are being sent to me are fairly large, but cannons, shield batteries, and my heroes in general are just so good. They're just so good. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Get back. I grabbed the wrong zealot. It'd have been funny if, like, I really thought that this zealot was Corrin. If I would have, like, taken Corrin and attacked and, like, lost him to sunken colonies, that would have been kind of funny. Pylons, that's fine, we're good. Oh yeah, gimme them Archons. Turn around, merge, sacrifice your life for me unnecessarily. I was gonna say, Nanath Teradin. By the way, the voiceover for Nanath Teradin was awesome in the cinematics. I love the echo, so the voice acting was just so well done for this. Way back, however long ago this was done, what, 1999? Apparently this campaign started to be released right after the original Starcraft was released, so that's how old this is. Okay, we've got even more. Ah, I found the rally point. We are doing absurd damage. Oh yeah, there we go. And let's just go. Let's just attack. I would say we have enough to win here. I could turn more of these High Templar into Archons. We have 2, so there's really no need. I think we have more up here, though. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. And then we've got random Zerglings kind of streaming in from the sides, but I think our cannon should be fine with that again, because the only place that Zerglings get in is right here. So we've got 2 cannons just shooting away, no problem. All right, let's get down there. Come on. All right, let's get everyone down this ramp before we start moving in. Well, let's kill these units first. Alrighty. Protoss 1's... I did it again! I did the same thing I did last mission. I called it Protoss 1 instead of Starcraft 1. In Protoss 2, it seems like Protoss units, I don't know, they just don't feel as powerful in StarCraft 2. I mean, they are very powerful, of course, but like in StarCraft 1, the emphasis just seemed to be on smaller numbers of units being able to completely steamroll with the right micro. And it's at this point, I have a large number of units, so I don't need to really micro at all. That's just how good these units are. Where's Naneth Terradun? He is crazy good, so I could just leave him. As long as he's not close to running out of shields, I'd say we're fine. Alright, now they're still trying to rally to attack me. I'm cutting them off before they can quite get to me. Let's take out the hive of Orange Zerg and also all the drones, because we don't want to see this getting rebuilt all the time. Alrighty, and pushing up here. Spore colony. There we go. Okay, now I don't know if we have to destroy all the buildings or if we have to destroy all the buildings and units. Eliminate any Zerg presence. That's ambiguous. That could just be like literally everything. Let's just check around. I'll just be thorough just in case, because you really never know. We still have our single High Templar in case we need to storm. The thing about when you're facing AI is that Storm is not very good offensively, because very rarely will you see defensive units clumped up so much that using Storms is worthwhile. And that's why you usually think, hey, make High Templar, they're so good. You're just lazy and don't want to micro. Okay, that's true. I'm not going to avoid that point, but very rarely will you see, 10, 15 units clumped up close enough for Storms defensively. Whereas keeping a High Templar here for when the Zerg come and attack me and I'm on the defensive, that's where High Templar are just absolutely incredible. They are just absolutely incredible, because that's when the AI is going to clump up all the time. So obviously in multiplayer it's a completely different story, but I'm not going to, I have nothing to say about multiplayer. All right, Naneth Terradun. You got half shields, though you do have 800 shields as compared to 350 of a normal Archon. Yeah, the heroes are just, I don't want to say they're too powerful. I mean, again, this is just a remake of an already existing campaign, and they're staying as true to it as possible. Actually, it looks like all my Archons don't have attack projectiles. Oh, this is neat. Oh, that's cool. I like how the buildings are like half underwater. That's a really, really, really neat terraining style that I have not seen yet in any custom campaign. Or maybe, I mean, I've seen underwater things, but I've not seen actual usable buildings built in like a half pool of water. That's actually really, really cool looking. All right, we've got 2 more colonies. Oh, they are rebuilding. I knew it would happen. Where did the probes come from to do this? All right, what are we missing? Here's an Overlord. Okay, well, let's just throw down the robotics bay in advance so that we can make a shuttle/observer if necessary. Because clearly we have not eliminated all of the Zerg in the area. You come down here, look around. You come up here, look all around. I'm just going to shift queue all of this. Theoretically, I've destroyed the 2 big bases, but there might be like a creep colony hanging out somewhere. Well, there's an Overlord. Kill that. Excuse me. That was the first... my cough's been mostly going away, so that was the first cough that's been prevalent in any of my episodes for quite some time. Ah, creep colony. This might be it. There we go. So you don't have to destroy all the units. You only have to destroy the buildings, because there was still an Overlord alive right there. All right, well, these missions are getting a little more interesting. And again, keep in mind, this came out right when the original StarCraft was released, so that's why I'm not expecting, like, really complex, obscure gameplay. What this is just a nice, cool, nostalgic addition to the original StarCraft, and I'd like to thank the map makers for coming onto my first video and letting me know that this does take place right after the fall, and there actually is a timeline that they linked that you can go to at the original Antioch Chronicles site that talks about like when this happened and when certain Protoss history happened. And so yeah, this is right after the fall, right after the death of the Overmind, and before the escape to Shakuras, I think. I'm pretty sure it takes place in between that time period, because this was made before Brood War, before anybody knew what the plot would even be for Brood War. Alrighty, this has been Jayborino. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.